Hello, distant learners. How are we? Well, I should say, how is my kindergarten class? We are going to talk about jobs today and tomorrow as a little fun social studies activity for us to do this week as we're distant learning. So, you're going to want to pull out that jobs magazine. It looks like this on the cover, and it should say jobs on it somewhere. I sent it home with all of your materials for distant learning. So pull that magazine out, and we will get started looking at that first page. We're going to talk about jobs at school. That's something that we have in our classroom, right? We all have jobs that we have to do. So let's go ahead and get our things set up. So go ahead and listen along as they read, and I'll pause and talk a little bit about some of the pages here and there too. Okay.
At school. From jobs. Workers do different jobs. People do different jobs at your school. Where do these school workers do their job? I'm a principal. I'm in charge of the whole school. I'm a teacher. My job is teaching. I'm a cafeteria worker. I make and serve the meals. I'm a librarian. I help you find a book you may like. More school workers. This person is a crossing guard. His job is to help children cross the street safely. This person is a custodian. She fixes things at school. She keeps the school clean.
Well, so there you go. Those are some jobs that we have at school. People that have jobs at school could be a principal, a teacher, someone that works in the cafeteria, so a cafeteria worker. Sometimes we call those people, the cafeteria worker, a cook. That's another word that we'll sometimes use for that. The librarian. And then you got to hear about a couple of other jobs as well. The custodian, crossing guard. We don't have any crossing guards necessarily at our school, but those are some jobs that you might find at school. Let's go ahead and go to the next page.
Your job at school. From jobs. You have an important job too. Your job is to learn as much as you can. You can help yourself learn. What if this were your class? What would you do so you could learn? Work carefully.
Think about what you're doing.
Do your best. Pay attention to your teacher. Listen to others. What if...
Do those sound like some of the things that we do in our classroom? Yeah, I think so too. They definitely sound like things that we do and we try to do in our classroom every day to make it a great space to learn.
This were your class. What would you do so you could learn? They are learning to read. She uses what she learns in school. They are learning about shapes. He uses what he learns in school.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the next page.
Community workers. From jobs. Workers in the community do many jobs. See if you can match the worker with the job. I'm a firefighter. Can you guess my job? I'm a police officer. Can you guess my job? I'm a bus driver. Can you guess my job? I'm a mail carrier. Can you guess my job? I deliver letters and small packages to people.
So who do you think delivers letters and small packages to people? Yeah, the mail carrier or the mail person.
I put out fires.
Ooh, who do you think does that? Yeah, the firefighter, right?
I make the community safe.
Who do you think does that? The police officer.
Drive a bus and take people places.
Who does that? Yeah, the bus driver.
Community workers. From jobs. Workers.
We're going to go ahead and go on to the next page and learn about more community workers.
More community workers. From jobs. Look at all the workers. They're on their way to work right now. Where is each person going?
Let's find out. So I'm going to click on this little red circle, and it's going to bring up something to tell me. So this is Dr. Ramos. She helps sick people. So where do you think she might go? Maybe to the doctor's office, or maybe to the hospital. All right, so we left Dr. Ramos. She probably either helps sick people at the hospital or maybe the doctor's office. And maybe she goes back and forth between both. There are some doctors that do that. Let's go on to our next one. This is Nurse Jason Ling. He helps the doctors take care of sick people. So again, he could do the doctor's office or maybe the hospital, right? This is Eve Engler. She's a carpenter. She builds and fixes things made from wood. I wonder if right now she's working on building this house. What do you think? Maybe. This is Corey Crew. He's a mechanic. He fixes people's cars. I bet he works here at this auto repair shop. Look, there's some cars. And this is a tool they would use, maybe. Tire out front. Bet that's where he works, don't you think? This is Dana McDivitt. She works in a store. Well, I wonder if she doesn't work at this store. What do you think they sell at that store? Yeah, clothes, right? Awesome. Let's go ahead and go on to the next page.
Worker animals. From Jobs. Animals can work too. A dog can guide a person on the street. A monkey can help someone with medicine. A therapy dog can give love to people in hospitals. Workers solve problems. From Jobs. Want to play a game? This game is about community workers who solve problems. Police officer, mechanic, doctor, firefighter, carpenter, mail carrier. How to play. Close your eyes and put your finger on a number. Move that number of spaces on the game board. Look at the picture where you land. Tell about the problem. Name the community worker who can solve the problem. What does each community worker do? Match the worker with the work. Veterinarian, builder, dentist, plumber, builds homes and other buildings.
Ooh, so who do you think does that? Builds home and other buildings. Probably the builder, right?
Fixes sinks and pipes that carry water to homes.
Ooh, who does that? Maybe the plumber.
Takes care of people's teeth.
Who do you think takes care of people's teeth? Yeah, the dentist.
Takes care of animals that are sick or injured.
Ooh, yeah, the veterinarian. Now, I know they kind of explain this game. When we're all done looking at our magazine, if you want to go back and play this game, you can.
Jobs today and long ago. From Jobs. Some jobs are the same today as they were long ago. Some jobs are different. Long ago, cobblers made shoes by hand. Today, workers use machines to make shoes. People buy the shoes at a shoe store. A miller was someone who ground wheat into flour. Long ago, people brought wheat to the miller. Today, workers use machines to grind wheat into flour. People buy flour at the store. Some jobs are not needed anymore. Long ago, lamplighters would light street lights. Today, street lights are electric and do not need people to light them. Long ago, people would tap on a window to wake up the person living there. Today, we have alarm clocks. Long ago, log drivers helped move logs downriver. Today, we use trains and trucks. Story characters have jobs too. This is a story about a shepherd. Long ago, the job of a shepherd was to watch and take care of herds of animals. This shepherd's job is to take care of goats. The shepherd and the wild goats. It was cold and stormy. The shepherd took his goats to a cave. Wild goats were also in the cave. The shepherd wanted to keep the wild goats. He treated them well. He gave them lots of food. The shepherd did not treat his own goats well. The wild goats saw this. After the storm, the wild goats ran off. The shepherd called out to them, "I treated you well. Why did you run away?" The goats shouted back, "You treated your herd badly. Later, you will treat us badly also." What did the shepherd learn about his job?
Well, what did he learn? Yeah, that he maybe needs to treat others the same way. Definitely. I think that's one thing he learned. Well, I want to go back up quick and talk about a couple of these jobs. Are there any jobs from long ago that you might want to have? It's so hard to know, right? I don't know. Maybe this job, tapping on someone's window to wake them up instead of alarm clock. I'm not quite sure if I would like that over my alarm clock. I don't know. But these are so cool to learn about jobs from long ago.
Why people work. From jobs. People get money for the work they do. People use money to pay for goods and services. The bricklayer works. She earns money for the work she does. She chooses things to buy. She uses money she earned to pay for the things. The florist works. The florist earns money for his work. The florist wants to get his hair cut. He uses money he earned to pay for the haircut.
Well, there you go. That is the end of our magazine. I hope you enjoyed listening to it and learning a little bit more about jobs. Tomorrow you're going to do a little activity and think about what job you might want to have. What do you want to do when you grow up? And you're going to think about what that job is, things you might need for that job, if you have special clothes that you have to wear for that job, what you would do, why it's important. Why is your job important? So we'll talk more tomorrow about that. But for now, I hope you had fun learning about jobs.